Coco, welcome back to Indian Wells. Perhaps to start, just tell us how your preparation has been for the tournament.
Yeah, my preparation's been pretty good. Enjoying the conditions here, having a lot of fun, and excited to be back here.
Okay, got a question?
Coco, the American woman hasn't won a single title here since before you were born, I guess. What would it mean to you to break that drought for the American woman?
It would mean a lot. Last year Taylor won on the men's, so it would be nice if we can, put the red, white, and blue on some more recent years. So hopefully it can be me, and if not, hopefully it can be somebody.
Great.
Yeah, Coco, you've traveled the world many times over already. People talk about Indian Wells as the fifth Grand Slam. It's their attention to detail. What are some of the small things that they do that you appreciate?
Who?
Both different.
Who? Sorry.
Indian Wells, the tournament.
Oh, the tournament. I mean, they really cater to the players. The player area is insane with the field, and the food here is great, and the convenience of it all, with the getting cars and the hotels being close. And I mean, that also caters, I guess, to Palm Springs in general and Indian Wells in general. But the tournament has been really great. I'm grateful for the staff here at the tournament. I see a lot of familiar faces here every year, between even the janitors to the security. I really look forward to seeing them every year. They remember me, I remember them, so I look forward, and I think that's just what I enjoy about playing most here, not just the facilities, but also the people.
Captain.
Hi, Coco. Just wondered what it's like behind the scenes with there being someone in EGA that's kind of ahead of the field and, forging a path in that way. Do you all kind of get together, or some of you think, let's put our heads together and figure out how to beat her, and when someone does beat her, do you all sit down and watch the tape really closely? Like, what's it like?
Not really. I mean, no one. I mean, obviously she's doing really well, but no one looks at her as some impossible goal. I mean, it's just a tennis player, and obviously I'm not trying to downplay her achievements. Obviously, she's beaten me a lot of times, but I feel like you can't look at the game that way. You obviously know that this is a person that's excelling at the level right now, but you can't look at it, I guess, in a far way, because you want that to be you one day. And regarding like people getting together, no, no one really does that on tour, at least not that I know of. I think everybody's trying to do their best individually, and no one's like really trying to help each other out. But yeah, I mean, not too that many players have figured out the recipe yet. So yeah, but I think she's one of those players that you kind of have to learn from, but also not, I guess, put her too high on a pedestal, because that's going to be your opponent at the end of the day. So I think it's like a catch-22 there, and I think that's like now with a lot of the guys with the big three, or now Rafa and Novak. I think it's kind of that same way where the guys have to put them on that pedestal, but when they play them, like, you can't think about everything that they've done on the court.
We'll go over here and then to David.
One question about Ida. If you were to take one thing from her, what would it be?
One thing, I don't know. I mean, I guess her winning streak. I think anybody would take that. So yeah, I would say that.
Coco, you mentioned you like the conditions here. They're quite different. Some players have spoken to us about how different they are to Miami in the past. I just wondered, how do you find those two as a comparison? And just generally, as somebody who's reached a French Open final and made your breakthrough at Wimbledon, what is your best set of conditions?
Something I'm still trying to figure out. I think I do enjoy playing in a lot of conditions. I mean, typically, I guess my favorite is just where I live, Miami. I like it super hot. I like when the hard court. I like when the ball is, I guess, moving pretty fast. It helps me a lot on my serve. But here, I think it's a different speed here. And the day and night conditions are very different, and it's a lot of adjustments. And I think that's what I do well in my game, is making adjustments. So I do think when it comes to playing at different times and different things and experiencing different, and today it's not windy, but tomorrow it could be like a sandstorm. So you never know here. And I think I do well at making those adjustments. So I think that's what I like about it. I like the variables in tennis. I think that's what makes the game fun. And here, I feel like there's a lot of variables, especially like in one day you can experience all different seasons here. It's super cold in the morning and pretty hot in the afternoon and cold and windy at night. So it's something that I think I do well in kind of changing the way I play according to the conditions. And I think that's what I like about it here. And I also just like tournaments where you can tell the crowd loves tennis, and I think this crowd loves tennis. So I think it's maybe not so much the conditions. I think the crowd also plays a part in what makes me like the playing here.
Yeah, Coco. You turn 19 this week, or next week, I believe.
Yeah.
So happy birthday early.
Thank you.
It's amazing that you can be so young, and yet, we've all written about you so much. Do you feel like you're still new to the tour? Do you feel like almost like you've been here, done that? Or are you still growing? And just what's your take on your own play?
I don't really feel new anymore. I mean, it's been a couple years now, so I don't feel new. I mean, I am the younger of the pack, so I'm still, I guess, in that aspect. But I feel like I've played most of the tournaments now. So I feel like, I guess coming on tour, like not that many people would say hi to me, but I'm like new, so no one knew who I was. But I feel like now I find myself having more friendships with other players and everything. So I think that makes me feel like I'm not as new anymore. I feel like it's almost like a new school environment, and I've been here for a while now, and I have friends on tour and people that I enjoy hanging out with on tour. So I think now it doesn't feel as new anymore. But yeah, I definitely feel like, I guess, on the game and experience-wise, I'm still on the younger end compared to some other players. But I guess in the vibe and walking around, I don't feel like the new kid on the block anymore.
Could I follow up just also, since Serena Williams has retired from the sport, are you still getting advice from her? Is there any contact still happening there?
I don't really speak to Serena, I guess, that much unless I see her in person, but not really like on contact, I guess, like messaging or phone calls or anything like that. But if I see her in person, which I haven't seen her in person since U.S. Open, so I haven't gotten anything from her.
We have a couple more, Greg.
Yeah, back in the day, tennis was dominated by the United States and Australia. And now people from Kazakhstan, Poland, and Egypt are winning tournaments. How is that good for the game of tennis?
I think it's just not just for tennis, but for sport in general, when people can do well from all different backgrounds and all different places. And I always say, like, when you're a kid and you see yourself represented on the TV, it makes a difference in your life, whether if you are trying to be a tennis player or even just a doctor or anything. I think seeing someone successful from your background, achieving something, and especially if maybe they're the first or the second or are part of a small group achieving something, I guess, especially against people that make up the majority, I think is something special, and I think that's good for the game and allows more people from different backgrounds to be fans of the game and fans of sport in general. And I think especially after my experience playing in the Middle East, you can tell, even like in the last year, how much tennis has grown there. And that I've only played that tournament twice, but you can tell like within a year how much tennis has grown, and I think that also has to do with the World Cup. And I think even though soccer and tennis aren't related anyway, but I think just sport and having sport in different areas of the world allows for all types of sports to grow. So I think that's what makes this sport exciting, because I do feel like tennis is one of those sports where really anyone has a shot, and I'm happy to see people from all backgrounds succeeding.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Coco, we'll go this way.